This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
The rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. Chapter 1. Post-World War I, Germany. The aftermath of World War I left Germany shattered. The Treaty of Versailles imposed harsh penalties, including significant territorial losses and crippling reparations. The nation's pride was wounded, and its economy was in ruins. Hyperinflation wiped out savings, plunging many into poverty. Political factions clashed, and the Weimar Republic struggled to maintain order. Chapter 2. The birth of the Nazi Party. In this climate of despair, the German Workers' Party was founded in 1919 by Anton Drexler. It began as a small group discussing political matters in beer halls. In September 1919, Adolf Hitler attended one of their meetings. His oratory skills impressed the party, and he soon joined. By 1920, under Hitler's influence, the party was rebranded as the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or Nazi Party. Chapter 3. Hitler's early influence. Hitler's charisma and public speaking made him a prominent figure in the party. He introduced a 25-point program emphasizing nationalism, anti-Semitism, and anti-communism. The Nazis adopted the swastika and organized rallies to spread their message. However, in the early 1920s, the party remained relatively small. Chapter 4. The Beer Hall Putsch. In November 1923, emboldened by growing confidence, the Nazis attempted a coup known as the Beer Hall Putsch. Inspired by Mussolini's March on Rome, Hitler and his followers sought to overthrow the Bavarian government. The coup failed, and Hitler was arrested. During his 9-month imprisonment, he wrote Mein Kampf, outlining his ideology and plans for Germany. Chapter 5. Rebuilding the party. After his release, Hitler reorganized the Nazi Party. He shifted focus to gaining power legally through elections and expanding the party's reach. Organizations like the Hitler Youth and the League of German Girls were established to attract support. Despite these efforts, the party achieved only modest success in the 1928 elections, securing 2.6% of the vote. Chapter 6. The Great Depression's impact. The global economic downturn of 1929 devastated Germany. Unemployment soared, and the government's inability to address the crisis fueled discontent. The Nazis capitalized on this unrest, promising economic revival, national pride, and strong leadership. Messages that resonated with the desperate population. Chapter 7. Electoral success. In the early 1930s, Nazi support surged. In the 1930 Reichstag elections, they became the second largest party with 18.3% of the vote. By July 1932, they secured 37.3%, making them the largest party in the Reichstag. Yet political maneuvering delayed Hitler's rise to power. Chapter 8. Hitler becomes Chancellor. On January 30th, 1933, under pressure and believing they could control him, President Hindenburg appointed Hitler as Chancellor of Germany. This decision marked a turning point. Chapter 9. Consolidation of power. In February 1933, the Reichstag building was set ablaze. The Nazis exploited the event to stoke fears of a communist uprising. The Reichstag fire decree suspended civil liberties and enabled the arrest of political opponents. By March, the Enabling Act granted Hitler the power to enact laws without parliamentary consent, establishing his dictatorship. Chapter 10. The Night of the Long Knives. In June 1934, Hitler eliminated internal threats during the Night of the Long Knives. Leaders of the SA and other political adversaries were assassinated, consolidating Hitler's control over the Nazi Party and Germany. Chapter 11. The Führer rises. After President Hindenburg's death in August 1934, Hitler declared himself Führer, merging the roles of Chancellor and President. The military swore allegiance directly to him, solidifying his absolute authority. Chapter 12. The Road to War. With total control, Hitler implemented policies aligned with Nazi ideology: rearmament, territorial expansion, and persecution of minorities. These actions set the stage for World War II and the atrocities that followed. Conclusion. The rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party is a stark reminder of how economic despair, political instability, and societal unrest can pave the way for authoritarian regimes. Understanding this history is essential to preventing the repetition of such dark chapters in human history.